The Inside Sleeve with Robbie Buck on RN.
Well, of course, this month we are generally focusing on Australian music, but that doesn't mean that we don't look beyond our shores. And indeed, today we get the chance to look at one of the very special musical spots around the world, to Kingston in Jamaica. I'm joined in the studio by Jamaican roots reggae star Prince Alla. Hello.
Yes, respect. I'm glad to be here.
Nice to have you in Australia. It's the first time you've been here.
First time.
Of course, your musical heritage goes back right back to the 60s, and we'll talk about that and your experiences in just a moment.
Yes.
But you're here performing in Australia, and I thought, well, since we've got you, let's take a little listen to something. Would you like to sing a song for us, Prince
Yes, I would love to sing a song. You know, and this song is from the Bible, you know. Father Abraham met Melchizedek, the high priest of Salem, coming from the slaughter of the kings. So I made a song about it. Rastafari. Yes, Sydney, Australia, I love you. Give thanks and praises unto Jah. You know, Rastafari. Look at that Rasta man, the Robin Ray. I dance now a bingy song and him robe so red. Yes. What dada was what? I have to love him. Man, they no have no mother. Man, they no have no father. No beginning of days, no ending of time. Him a creator for all mankind. Come from Boz Rock with his garments dipped in blue. Sila. Come from Boz Rock with his garments dipped in blue. Hit it. On the mountains of Zion, we come with blessing. Rastafari. Brother Noah did I want them before the judgment span them. Coming at the ark and never mark up a righteous man. Oh yeah now. Oh yeah now. Listen. From Boz Rock with his garments dipped in blue. Fire! Come from Boz Rock with his garments dipped in blue. Four corners of the earth, we give thee praise, O Jah Rastafari. Noah did I want them before the judgment span them. Come in at the ark and ever mark of a righteous man. Come from Boz Rock with his garments dipped in blue. Sila. I hear the angels singing praises unto the King. Come from Boz Rock with his garments dipped in blue. Yes, make we heal him. Give thanks and praise him now. Make we heal him. Give thanks and praise him now. Blaze it, Sydney, Australia. Rastafari. Sila. Rastafari. Yes.
Thank you very much. Bringing a little bit of Kingston, Jamaica into your radio today.
Yes.
The sounds of Prince Alla in Australia for the very first time. And that track, Boz Rock
Yes.
which it was when released mid-70s.
Yes, about 74, 75, those times, yes.
Can I take you back even further than that?
me.
Can we go right back to your childhood, back through
Yes.
the 60s, and I take it to
Yes.
to the 50s?
Yes.
When you were growing up, it was jazz and calypso that was on your parents' record player, and I'm wondering what kind of effect that had on a very young you.
Yes, it was plenty jazz because my father had a little stereo that he used to love jazz very much, and soca, calypso rhythm, Mighty Sparrows and them things, and he used to have a ska band, the Scatterlights, that I love so much. I grew up and listened to the Scatterlights, Rastafari. And when it comes to the rock steady music now, that's when I enter.
So take us back to that moment and that period of developing your sound in reggae. And I guess the technology that you had at that time, it would have been pretty simple.
Simple. 2-track tape or sometimes 4 tracks, But you have to be creative. The engineers have to be creative to get certain sound like King Tubby's and those people, Big up, So in them times, it wasn't easy as now. You had to use a lot of ears, Rastafari.
And at that time, back in the late 60s and the early 70s, what were the events that you would play at? Can you give us a bit of a sense of what it was like back then?
Well, in those times, I didn't used to really perform on stage much, but my grandmother, she was a Christian, and there was a church next door me, and she was in the choir, and she used to make me come there and sing Our Father who art in heaven and all those things at Easter time and them things there. So it's that really give me the motivation of the music, them times there. Yes.
So it was generally a studio excursion for you as opposed to a live performance.
Yes. Or a church experience and the choir, listening to my grandmother because she had a tenor voice that was very high, and all the while I tried to reach it them times.
Can you take us back? You have said in the past that you had a vision at an early age, and that your entry into the Rastafari spiritual approach was something that came at a defined moment for you. What was it? What was the vision?
That vision is when 66 His Majesty came to Jamaica. I was a little youth and didn't know about Rastafari, but still I was in Trenchtown and used to hear the elder Rastas talk about Rastafari. So I said, I really want to see this man. So in Greenwich Town, he was passing in a train. So I went on a little hill by myself and was there looking. Train coming, but I looking for this big man. And looking at those, I see a small man at the side of the window with 2 youths beside him. And he touched the youths and point at me and use his hands and wave to me. And when he waved to me, it's like I feel the blood run from my toe, go straight up into my head, And I just realize and see, it's like he opened a door. And I just say, this man is a spiritual, righteous man. And from that, I had a connection with that spirit, that he waved to me with. Rastafari. Give thanks, Jah.
A lot of your music that was recorded back in the 60s and 70s has found its way to incredible parts of the world. Yes. But I take it back in the late 70s or the early 80s, you probably felt that perhaps that period of your life was over.
That's true. That's why I had to go do some fishing
yes.
and catch some fishes,
You became a fisherman.
Yes, because, them times, late 60s and early 70s, when you record for some of the producers, they would send your songs to England and tell you that nothing's not going on because they don't release it in Jamaica. When people in Europe love it,
So what was happening was you'd record music, it would go to the UK and Europe,
Yes.
it would be popular in the UK
Yes.
and Europe, but they'd tell you that it wasn't popular at all and not get paid?
No, because it's not released. They say it's not released,
So they were lying.
Yes, so when somebody come from England and say, Prince Alla, I hear your song, and it love and the people love it. And I say, what? We sang. And him say, Boz Rock. And I say, what? Went to the producer. He say, yes, Prince Alla, there's somebody in England that is pirating us. So we're going to find a lawyer and sue them and them things there. But that never happened.
You never got paid.
Yes, and they never sue no lawyer because they and those people was in business,
Did you catch some fish though?
Yes, yes. Give thanks to that. Because if I didn't catch no fish, I don't know what I would do. I'd have to do something else, like be a carpenter.
It was Switzerland, was it not, that was the country that perhaps first brought you out of your second career as a fisherman, that
Yes.
brought you back to the stage and the microphone?
And give thanks this day for Asha Selector. Big up yourself anywhere you are in the world. You know, Asha Selector came to Jamaica and say, I wanted to come in Switzerland. But I say, I don't have a passport. And he say, what? Get a passport, man. Why them thing there? So I had to get a passport. So in the 99, I went to Switzerland and went to England. And there start. Asha, give thanks for you.
What were your impressions of Switzerland after growing up in Kingston and Jamaica, and at that stage having spent a lot of time living by the beach catching fish? What was it like going to Switzerland?
It was very nice because the morning when I woke up and he carried me down to the lake, I thought it was a sea. And I said, the sea is big, big. And he said, no, it's a lake, you know. You know, and it surprised me because the water was so clean in Switzerland, fresh and nice. Everything was so clean. And the people had so much love, you know. Nice memory. Those memories I'll never forget in my life.
Alla, what do you think is the legacy of those recordings that you made in that period, that roots reggae from that era in Jamaica? What effect has it had, do you think, in the years since?
Well, me personally, the effect that it has is that it make me be here now, you know? And it make people here now love me. And that's the greatest thing, that more than money, love, you know? Because if you have love, you will have everything. And that's what the music did for me. I didn't get any money them times, but I give thanks for what I get now. Something bigger than money. People, love, Rastafari, give thanks.
Well, it's good to have you in Australia, and indeed good to have you here in the RN studio. Prince Alla is my guest today. And I believe we might be able to get one more song out of you.
If it's even 100, I'd do it.
What would you like to sing for us?
Well, I'd love to sing Stone, you know. And that's another from the Bible. You know, because, you know, Daniel saw that stone, came to mash down Rome, you know, Babylon. So I said, what? I could sing about that. And I made a song about it. Give thanks. Rastafari. I will lift mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help comes from Jah, who creates heaven and earth. Selah, Rastafari. I man saw a stone just a come fi mash down Rome. Great, great stone just a come fi mash down Rome. I say fi tear down Rome. I say fi mash down Rome. I man saw a stone just a come fi mash down Rome. Great, great stone just a come fi mash down Rome. I say fi mash down Rome, yes. I say fi mash down Rome. They can't run. I know that they can't hide. For that stone was so big and him so wide. Him so low, don't you know, can't get under him. And him so high, Babylon, can't get over him. Yes, can't get over him. Yes, can't get over him. For so the mountains around Jerusalem, so is Jah around his children, from this time even and forevermore. Selah, Rastafari. I man saw a stone just a come fi mash down Rome. Great, great stone just a come fi mash down Rome. I say fi mash down Rome, yes. I say fi mash down Rome. They can't run, no, I know that they can't hide. For that stone was so big and him so wide. And him so low, don't you know, can't get under him. And him so high, Babylon, can't get over him. Yes, can't get over him. Yes, can't get over him. Blazing Rastafari.
Woo! Well done.
Yes, Selassie.
Thanks, Alla. That was great. That was great.
I say, Prince Alla, fix your collar.
Yeah. And all the rest of it too.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Love, and thank you too. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Beautiful, beautiful station.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I agree.
I love it. I love it.
The Inside Sleeve with Robbie Buck on RN.